Hectic.
Welcome back to today's Hectic 99, all about love, all about the romance. But have you ever wondered, why is it that we fall in love? What triggers those responses? And also, why is it when your heart is broken, you actually literally feel hurt? Well, joining us on the line to discuss all of that, our psychologist, Marianne van Zyl. Hallo.
Hi, hoe Chanelle?
Hoe gaan het?
Nee, goed, dankie met jou.
Ek kan regtig nie klaar nie. Marianne, kom ons begin so by die begin, reg? Baie mense sê they believe in love at first sight. Is dit waar? En as dit nie waar is nie, wat presies gebeur?
There's a significant number of chemical reactions involved in, instigating interest, attraction, attachment, that goes into love. So it's not about your partner that needs to be, sexy or handsome. It's the feeling goes a lot deeper than a physical, tactile experience.
Okay.
Without us knowing, because it's happening inside our brain, and the connections are being made.
Well, speaking about happening in your brain, a lot of them say that love actually you don't feel it in your heart. It's actually in your brain. Is it true?
Yes, we all have to agree that we do feel it physically somehow, but it all stems from our mind. It's in our head, and it's even like when we compare it to behavioral addiction, like with regards to drugs and those kind of things. Social attachment or love attachment is very similar, as we become addicted to the other person because of that returned reward. So in understanding our thinking patterns and how the mind works, that is what makes us attached to another person. So it is in essence, it releases that chain of chemical reaction that flood our bodies, that instigate this feeling of love.
Awesome.
There's actually a significant amount of studies that's been done, and they found that there's actually 3 stages, which is very interesting.
Okay.
With regards to love and how we fall in love. Whereas the first stage, is that initial stage where you are interested. You experience that high, intense interest in that other one. And, hormones like testosterone and estrogen are high in both men and women. And then we ease into attraction when we really get love struck. And things like adrenaline and dopamine and serotonin comes into play, where the adrenaline really gives us that, not so nice, charming reaction of where you start to sweat or your heart race or your mouth goes dry. Dopamine is almost like a drug, like cocaine. It gives you that reward of a rush of pleasure, and it actually gives you that ability to go for longer periods without food or sleep. And then lastly, with serotonin, that's quite an interesting, important one in love, because it actually reminds you, it helps you to that love of you are popping into your mind the whole time, and it actually changes the way you think. And that's where they also say that love, it makes you blind, because you actually change, you idolize your partner, you magnify their virtues, you explain away their flaws, and you even exalt the relationship itself. And sometimes it's common for people to even say that or think that their relationship is more special or closer than other people.
Dis so waar, Marianne.
Ja.
Want dit is hoekom ek dink sekere mense dit so moeilik vind wanneer hulle hart gebreek word, dan dat hulle egter voel dat hulle regtig die pyn kan voel. Hoekom gebeur dit?
Weet jy, soos Aristotle, ou filosoof, het altyd gesê dat ons kan, ek gaan maar Engels praat.
Nee, dis reg.
My taal. That emotions are actually embodied, so we actually experience it physically, because of this hormonal excretion. And hormones don't just rush through one part of our body, like in our head, or it rushes through our entire bodies because it mobilizes us. So our brains and our body are inundated, flooded with oxytocin and all these happiness and pleasure hormone experiences, and it's almost as addictive as drugs. So so that's why we experience it physically. Because it rushes throughout our entire body.
Awesome, Marianne, baie dankie dat jy tyd uitgeneem het om saam met ons te praat. Ek waardeer dit regtig.
Ja, doodreg. Baie dankie dat julle vir my geskakel het.
Awesome. Bye.
Okay, weer. Tata.
Bye. Well, guys, now you know exactly what happens when you fall in love.
Hectic.